All right. What is up, guys? It is Alpha again, and today we are finally back. I know we've had a little bit of a break, and the reason with that is I had a drill weekend about 2 weekends ago. I was going Saturday and Sunday, and then last weekend I had to go to Tallahassee for a wedding, and so I was out of town, unable to record. Obviously, I'm not driving my car all the way down there, and the weather was kind of iffy, so it was kind of just back and forth. So we're finally back, and an interesting topic that someone has talked to me about recently is the muscle car game starting in 24. And really, Ford has lost all of its competition. It's literally the only choice for a lot of people, and they're really going to see some gains, a lot of gains. As you know, Dodge's last year with the V8 is this year, 2023. The Camaro will be no more. It's just going to be the Mustang. Now, the Camaro ain't really going to put a big impact on it. I think with the Charger and Challenger going, though, the Camaro could have had a comeback, but they didn't do it. Because Camaro sales, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was like a third of what Challengers did, which is why it was really surprising to see that they were taking them away. So now Challengers and Chargers will be gone. That would have left the Camaro and the Mustang, and I think the Mustang I think is a little bit quicker, it's a little bit lighter, but I think the Camaro, it's kind of like the Charger versus, I guess it would be the Challenger versus the Camaro. It's not as quick, but it's a little bit more luxurious. They put a little extra weight to have, this nice feel to it. It's really comfortable, it's wide. It's not just going fast. It's comfortability and going fast. So now that would have been the competition, but now Chevy's pulling the Camaro. That leaves Ford's Mustang uncontested in the muscle car market. So if anyone's wanting to get a brand new car next year, 2024, muscle wise, your pretty much only option is going to be a Ford Mustang. You'll have the Chargers, but they're going to be, I think, a two-door, and it's electric or a Hurricane V6 engine, so you won't have that deep V8 sound. I think Mach 1s and GTs and all of those V8 Mustangs are going to see a huge influx next year, and you might see some markups because with them being the only option, I think that their sales are going to be really high, or their demand is going to be really high, and they might capitalize on that with some markups. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes nowadays. They seize the opportunity, which I guess as a business standpoint, you can't blame them. But I believe we'll see some markups on those next year with the competition being gone. Where did that car come from? So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, I know as far as Chargers and Challengers, I want to say for Chargers, I haven't really checked the Challengers, but I know for the Chargers, like the top line, Hellcat, Jailbreak, Red Eye, they're sold out. Orders are done. The Demon 170s orders are closed. They're slowly running out. And I saw a report the other day that they've sold more Chargers and Challengers in the first quarter to half of this year. I want to say quarter of this year than they did all of 2022, because they did businessly, they did it perfect. I think they did it perfect. Maybe not perfect, but they did it really freaking good, because they know that people want these cars. And for me with this car, I did not intend to buy this car for another 2-3 years, because I wanted to save a little bit more money, get my credit a little bit higher, get my situation a little bit more ideal for the situation. And then, but I feel like that's a lot of people. A lot of people will say, I want to get one of those cars at some point. I want to get one at some point. And finally, Dodge is like, dude, this some point crap is done. If we're going to go out, we need to do it like this. I want to get one at some point. Well, hey, guess what? This is the last year you will be able to get a brand new one. So it's either this year, or you're going to buy it used from the used market. And guess what happened? It worked. They flooded the order bank, flooded it. These things had markups through the roof. People were paying them. They're like, this is my last chance. I got to make it happen. And you heard crazy stories about what people were doing to get them. They were doing fantastic with them. Mustang is definitely going to be, I think, king of the mountain next year when it comes to muscle cars, as it really just has no competition in the V8 market at all. I mean, the only competition it's really going to have is the Corvette, but with the price difference, what it is right now, the Mustang GT is just going to be unbeaten. Then you got, the GT 500, that's, the Z01 version or the Hellcat version. I can't remember all the trims in order for those, but I think those are going to be uncontested because I have seen Corvette, I believe it's the Z06 is the one everyone's after. I've seen those with like $100,000 markups, and people are lining up at the door to pay it. So people who can't afford, almost $250,000 for a, Corvette, they really only got one option to do a V8 right now, and that's the Mustang. And that's sad, unless people start going electric. I'm really curious to see the electric Charger, how that performs. And I wish Chevy would have brought back like the SS, like the 4-door V8. That could have been a real competition for the Charger. But they didn't do it for some reason. I don't know why. But I think that would have been a smart idea. I hate that they didn't do it. I mean, I still would have gone with the Charger. But yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be uncontested. If you can think of another car people might swap to next year, say, I got like a 2015 Charger, blah, blah, blah. I'm ready to upgrade, and I can't get a 24. I wasn't able to get a 23. What do you think they're going to be going to? Or people who want a muscle car now and they didn't, get the opportunity to, or say next year they're like, now I want a muscle car. And the timing is just not right. They weren't able to get it in 23. Are they going to go with a Mustang, or is there another car that people have in mind? Like, is the Kia Stinger going to do an influx? Where do you think the market for muscle cars is essentially going to go starting next year when these options pretty much become very, very scarce? Who is going to take the crown as the quote-unquote muscle car of the people, I guess, would be the best way to say it. So yeah, leave that down in the description, or I'll put the blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I had like a complete brain fart. This dude's about to hit me. What are you doing, dude? Wake up. Leave it down in the comments what you think will be the next top selling car as far as like muscle or speed for under $100,000. What do you think is going to take the crown now that Chargers, Challengers, and Camaros are gone and it's just the Mustang? Will they take it, or will it be something we have not yet, really contemplated it being? But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope y'all have an absolutely fantastic day.